Hey guys, Robbie Strike here. We are live Saturday live stream, call in, chat room, TV, computers, tech, satellite TV. I'm just checking my audio here. I hear myself on my computer. That's good. I'm just gonna turn that off. I'm gonna take my mic here and just plug it in here so I can hear you guys on that call in on the live stream. Great headphones. Hey, I picked these up at Dollarama, Vortex or whatever. But hey, they do the job. They do the job. My microphone, I've had a lot of technical issues recently. For the life of me, couldn't get this camera to work. And it's like one of those weird scenarios where plug it into a different USB port until the thing finally works because it's a USB webcam. Same thing. My microphone died on me. So I've gone back to my Guitar Hero microphone. So I don't know if this is as good of a microphone as my other one. So I'm coming live via satellite in outer space orbit, in geostationary orbit once again tonight. And we are live. I believe there is a chat room too. We can see people in the chat room. Oh, yes. So we have people here in the chat room. So if you're on YouTube, even if you're watching this on Twitter, Twitch, or other places, I think YouTube is the best place to get contact for me. That is where the link is. The link to join this live stream, I'll try to put it here in the chat. It says I can invite up to 10 guests. So, but 10 of you can join in here on through the Restream. So what Restream is a place where you call in. You can set up your webcam, set up your microphone, and you can call in. You can be the star. It doesn't take too much to outshine me. I'm not. You just come on in, and you can take right over. I'm not very ambitious to say a whole lot right now. I just wanted to give you guys the news and updates of what's happening in the world of satellite TV. Few news updates that I'd like to talk about this week. Just looking at the forums here. So there's going to be a new DigiNet called the Story TV launching next month. There's a new channel. I'm not sure. It's from the Weagle Broadcasting, which own Me TV. Weagle. I don't know if that's like the company that owns WGN. And not sure exactly what kind of programming it will have. I guess I should click on the link here. Yeah, like A&E, more reality programming. You have A&E type shows, a History Channel biography, The Men Who Built America, which it was a great show. The Men Who Built America. Maybe they'll show the wrestlers, the wrestling. What was it? Wrestling. It was like wrestling bio. They had Roddy Piper and the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man, which was like awesome. So yeah, on over the air on a DigiNet that's on TV. So yeah. And we have Pete the Cat joining us in the chat room here. And we have Eggplant as well. So we were just bringing up the chat here up on Discord. What else was there in news? I don't know, Pat, maybe you can answer this for me. You have a C-band dish. I guess 127 West has an MGM channel, which is a movie channel. And that's one of the new channels that are have been available. But I haven't looked myself, so I'm not sure if saying that if it's gone already. That's the nature of this hobby with satellite TV. Is sometimes a channel pops up. People, that's why sometimes I'm hesitant to make a video about a new channel, because sometimes it's up there, and then by the time I make a video about it, it's gone already. It's kind of the nature of the free satellite TV hobby. Let me shut up the Facebook machine here. I got my little laptop here in the background. So for a channel update, things have been quite busy for me. I've been trying to do more and more videos, and it's been a tough month. Last month, I haven't put out a whole lot of videos. I like to try to at least get a couple out a month, but things can get quite busy around here. I do look at actually probably having a couple product review videos that might not necessarily be satellite related. It will be camera and radio equipment and stuff like that. So I'll have a few of those coming up on the channel. That's one little thing about this channel is that this is on the Robbie Strike channel. So it's basically about this. Typically you get the stuff that interests me on this channel. It might be a dash cam video because I'm interested in dash cams. Especially the cheap one that I bought recently. I bought a really dirt cheap G-Tech dash cam. Here's the manual to kind of give you an idea. It was like $15 at Giant Tiger, and it was a Giant Tiger, so I had to try it out. So I got one of those cheap webcam videos. I'll put it up there. It might not be the best camera, but I just wanted to get a video about that just to see how that would look. So yeah, we got some people here in the chat room. Got Paul Stringer joining us.
Hey there, Paul. Hi, Paul.
Mom is subscribed. And oh yeah, Kevin, he would have. MGM is still up there this morning. And if you could just type in the, is it mainly movies, MGM movies? Is it older movies, or is it, because the interesting thing about MGM is the channel movies with the explanation marks, movies, that I thought was a lot of MGM type of movies.
I was going to ask that question.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the content. Oh, okay. I'll bring the Patricks up. I got both Patricks here. I got Patrick Arby and Patrick the North Coaster Hobby joining us tonight. And yeah, bring that. I actually haven't checked out the MGM channel. I've been so busy. I've been following the news, and I'm not going to get too political here. Don't want to melt any snowflakes or anything like that. But I have been following the news, and honestly, I've been very impressed with the alternative media. I'll say, being able to go on Twitter and different alternative media just to get the true story, because I found the mainstream media is a really misrepresented things when it comes to the convoy, and so I'm very disappointed in the mainstream media. So I've been following a lot of Twitter. Just like Twitter tends to be great for breaking news. I don't like, and I know Twitter's not the greatest, but just because it's able to put those little short video clips up. I mean, when you follow news, when something's breaking, there'll be like a 1 minute video clip up on Twitter that just basically gives you the gist of the story. So I've been checking Twitter for that, and obviously there's a news channel, a couple news channels on 120, on 116 West on KU band, and there's a couple news channels on 116, and there's also that news channel on that we don't mention the name up here on 99 West. That does a great job. So yeah, I actually started a Discord server where we can talk a little bit more on the political side of things for those who would be interested. But yeah, so there's that. And I've been watching a few of the feeds on 99 West. There's been AP has had a feed up there of reports going on with all the stuff that's happening right now in Ottawa. Ottawa's kind of close to my heart, really, because all three of us are actually within a couple-hour drive there. We're not there, and it's freezing cold in our area. And I used to live in Ottawa. I don't live in Ottawa anymore, and I used to bike all the time. Where the area used to ride my bike. There's nice bike trails in Ottawa, really nice bike trails.
Yeah, I've been meaning to actually get my bike there. I want to buy a bike rack for my car, and I've been meaning to actually this summer go on a bike ride because I just like biking a lot.
It is good. Like you can pretty much go from Gatineau. Like I went across the bridge and started biking around Gatineau, and the bike trails continue and get on the Gatineau side too.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much go around and if I were going to go back to Ottawa, I think I'd like to bring my bike with me and take my family biking because it is a great city. All those bike trails are amazing. And where I live now, we don't really have that. We don't have these bike trails. You can't get around the city on a bike trail where you can with National Capital Region and NCC.
Where I live in my small town near Ottawa, there's only about 3 bike trail, which is a national park, national wilderness park. There's the one that goes in the main street from the north of the road. North Road. There's like a bike trail, and there's one that goes into the forest, which is kind of abandoned. It used to be like a train trail there, but it's been transferred into a bike trail and a ATV trail. Sort of.
Bring up Kevin answered my question I asked a little while earlier about MGM. It's older movies. Now, sorry, I'm asking another question about the genre. Is it from like the 80s? Because if it was MGM movies from the 80s, that would be like MGM UA, like Rocky and United Arts movies. Or is it like really old pre my time? Like I'm a Gen Xer, so pre-Gen Xer era stuff.
Like 1960s or 1930s.
Yeah, between that area, I'm not sure. MGM. Go ahead there, Patrick.
Gen X are from 1963 after the death of Kennedy.
64
this is the date that the Gen X come from. So after that, it's all Gen X. It started.
I was born in 2000, like October 2000. So I'm like.
So you're a millennial.
Oh no!
No. I don't. No. Who's the Gen Y maybe?
Kevin answered the question here. 80s and early 90s. That actually is my era.
That's a good mix.
Yeah, that is a good mix of movies from that era because those are, what I can remember is before we had Netflix, I had a bicycle and I would pedal my bones to the video store, even though we had First Choice Super Channel and we had that one movie channel. The movie channels were so great in the 80s. Yeah, we had one of them. One movie channel. We had to have a set-top box connected up to the TV to get like that one movie channel.
Yep.
And you have I remember you have a new movie by day. You just have one movie.
And the video on demand thing was in the 80s was this device called a VCR where's the videotape where you recorded your movies on
I have some videotapes I can show.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the videotapes, but for my background, I think I have.
So this is a videotape right here. This is an anime videotape, the original Appleseed, and this is a.
Here, I'll change my background to the videotape background.
And this is
I love those designs.
Yeah.
Before Netflix, they were this.
I think I
still use VHS tape to actually
here. I got one right here. Yeah, this thing here. Yeah, this is how this is our Netflix back in the 80s and 90s. It was this, and you recorded on SLP, which is crap quality, but you got like 3 movies and maybe a couple TV shows on one of these things. or
I used
anyone.
to have my main VHS tape out. I don't know where it is.
Oh, I love how
Probably
when you rented a tape, they would charge if you didn't rewind it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey, you got a Fuji. Yeah, Fuji was
Yeah.
I don't know if Giant Tiger or Canadian Tire had those. That's where I bought my videotapes. It would be either Giant
that's
Tiger.
probably where it comes
Superstore,
from.
the Superstore used to carry that stuff too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Canadian Superstore used to have 6 packs of Fuji's.
We never had
There's
that in
some
my area.
recorded movies
Okay.
on here with dubious legality. We have
I think the statute of limitations now, if it's over 20 years old, I don't think that's in effect anymore.
there's the original Fast and Furious. Great.
Yeah, that's got to be like over 20 years old. Hey, 20 years old, but it remembers where you left off, right?
Yeah. This is a Pulsar tape. And this
Pulsar,
is
it's
from
Canadian
my mother's
Tire.
collection of like recorded tapes. So she just gave me all. And plus she just gave me another amazing thing that you'll be surprised at my age I'll be interested in. They're vinyl records.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of those. I got a couple of those recently because I I had to do a review on a record player and I had no record, so I I did.
Amiko,
oh, you got Meatloaf. Ooh, I wish I had that.
Yeah, Meatloaf. My mother is a huge Meatloaf fan. Rest in peace to me, Meatloaf, the legend.
Yeah, the legendary Fight Club fighter, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
I wish I can say that my mother was also Meatloaf. for us Gen Xer, we can say we cannot say those things.
My mother gave me like a ton of like records because I
was she a fan of Tennessee Ernie Ford? Maybe I don't know. I actually listened to Tennessee Ernie Ford and I listened to that. It's awesome.
My mother is I wouldn't consider my mother a normie because she is interested in like non like mainstream stuff. I would say she's semi between the two. I can tell you she's a huge wrestling fan, which is where I come from my wrestling.
And we have Kurt joining us as well.
Hey Kurt.
Hi Kurt.
What's up?
Hi Kurt.
Hi, how's it going?
You're our American representative to all of us Canadians. Wacky, crazy Canadians up north.
Yeah, I see all this stuff on the news, man. It's crazy.
So it's Canadian protests versus U.S. protests. They don't board up all the businesses.
Will there be any? Will there be any riots afterwards?
They pick up their garbage after themselves compared to the other protests where
you guys are cleaner up there?
Yeah, they do. There's actually videos if you Google it. The convoy protesters picking up garbage. Like, oh yeah,
nice.
It's
that's so Canadian.
Yeah. I mean, so we haven't any buildings burned down. We have not had any cars set on fire, dealerships or anything like that. No, it's been like they've used tear gas though today. That was that's traumatizing. I don't think we've ever had that in Canada.
I kind of wanted to go there just to see what was the feeling of getting tear gassed.
Yeah, I got friends that are live streaming it on Facebook. I've been watching them on Facebook, and they've been down there with their phones live streaming it.
Yeah, my cousin as well.
Mm-hmm.
My two cousins were down there, and honestly, I don't really talk to them that much. I just know that because my aunt lives in Ottawa. And she lives in that area, so I get most of the news by that area.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Robbie, you can also say what it takes to get rid of those trucks, the SQ. You know.
What's that?
you can say you can make this talk about the fact that what it takes to get rid of the truckers. You need the SQ from Quebec to do that because we know how to protest and our cops know the business of protest.
Yeah, they have
Talk about
one interesting thing to go into this because I've followed it. Is there has been YouTube channels that have covered the CB radio. So there's a Freedom CB on YouTube, and they've had a scanner playing in the background where you can listen to the truckers, and there's also been police scanners that are being streaming on YouTube online. So I've been following some of the action through that as well.
I think you can even like download like a cell phone app.
There is an app. There is an app that can listen into scanners and do that. Yeah, I don't know about CB radio. I think CB radio because it's so noisy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember. I would love to. At first, when I was a kid, I thought police scanners were like illegal.
No, they're actually not illegal. Because even though the police who's making all the noise? I hear breathing.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my...
Okay.
He's breathing.
Yeah. Let's bring your audio down there. Yeah, you can have a police scanner. I don't have it here with me, but you can actually listen to them online. You just go online and there's I don't know what the website is for it. Someone might be able to put it in the comments or in the comments here. But there is a police scanner website, and so it is possible. It's just
but the problem today is that Motorola is encrypting all their communication, so you're hearing all the solution of communication, and once they
Well, with the Ontario OPP, for example, the OPP, it's not encrypted. So with a digital scanner, it's open. Like it is digital, but you have to have like a digital mode scanner. I messed around with SDRs, but I haven't got to the point where because I don't have the time to mess with SDRs to figure out how to get all the digital modes to work and listen into
I remember when I got punched in the face, and when one of the cops come to do me the paperwork, I asked how the police scanner worked because I was curious and I was interested into that, and he explained to me that it was a tower. That he explained to me the whole thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's it's almost like a digital. I don't know. I worked with one. It was like Time MCI or whatever, where you rented the two-way radios, the Motorola radios, and they were business band radios. And they did have like a repeater or something like that. Kind of worked like, and they would charge you how much you would talk, because we'd all get in trouble if we talked too much. It's like, you guys got to talk less because the more you talk, the more they bill us or something like that. We were like. We'd be working on the weekends and there'd be like only a couple trucks and we'd be like having good old conversations on the radio, you know.
I think they kind of work like the ham radio. You are using their VHF with repeaters, stuff like that, and one.
Spike, you're a bus driver, right?
Yeah,
well,
when I lived in Ottawa, I guess I'll tell you a little bit what I used to do. I used to drive for the Salvation Army. I used to do pickup service. So we had the trucks in Ottawa for the Salvation Army was contracted out to, like, we're subcontractors, and we would we talk on those radios and stuff. They had like 5-ton trucks. They rented all their trucks, but they had radios in them. And they would install the two-way radios, and this is back 20 years, not 20 years ago, but you know, early 2000s. So like, well, we're getting close to 20 years, almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
This is when I first started out as a driver, and I've been driving a lot. That's what I do, is for trade, and I move product around, move people around, move things around.
I have to be honest, I don't have my car license yet.
It's a good thing to have. Good thing to have. And another good thing to have, I don't know, we got some people in Ontario. I don't know if you're underemployed or you have one of those situations where you can use another part-time job. And
Yeah,
I did.
It's a volunteer. I can volunteer.
Yeah.
It's
But
because of my medical situation.
For driver's license, you go to First Student. You can get a they'll give you the B license for free, and if you have the B license in Ontario, you can pretty much drive everything except for a tractor trailer. So you could drive like a straight truck. You can drive an ambulance.
Why don't they have that in Quebec?
I don't know. It's Quebec. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, in Quebec, you basically need to be a rocket scientist to have a licensed driver.
Exactly. Yeah, right. It takes a lot. Because I heard about the truckers in Ontario, the newcomers in the country, they can get their license like that, and I'm still waiting to have my my course for this. I'm still waiting to be able to have my driver license course. So
your regular
so I can tell you that it's quite easier in Ontario.
Yeah,
I mean, there's another.
I want to be a truck driver.
Oh yeah.
Come again?
There's
I want to be a truck driver.
Is drive without a license in Quebec and not get caught. Here's the thing.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, in my town, there's like tons of people that drive without a license. There's like 2 that drive without a license.
The cameras on the top of this car, those are to scan your license, your plate. So if they scan your plate and see that driver has something, it will flag right away. So some cops just in Montreal, they just stand there and wait for people to pass, and they are going to they're gonna take someone. They don't know the problem, but it's just flag, and by the time he reach it, the cops is reaching the car. The other cops is reading what he has.
Just put a Family Guy plate in the back. Just put a Family Guy plate in the back. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, right.
Just put your name in the back of the plate. One of those plates that has like Stewie Griffin and like you have your name there. Just put that. It's gonna be fine.
I think CJP wanted to ask something, or I just brought your audio up. No.
He's probably having issues with his mic.
Oh yeah, I did see him in the chat there. So. Right on. I'll just bring you down. If you guys have a question, just let me know in the chat, the private chat, and I'll bring you up.
Okay.
I'll get Kurt up.
I didn't know in Ontario.
I've got to run for about a half hour, but I'll leave myself up on the computer. My daughter just called me and wants a ride, so I'll be back in a bit.
All right, cool. All right. I might be off, but I might be on we might be on Discord later on. Okay, in the satellite chat.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Okay.
See you, Kurt.
Yeah, to what I was talking about.
I won't be in the I won't be in the Discord chat too long, but I'll be on there for sure. I always say that, but I should be in bed by 11.
I didn't know you could get your license for free in Ontario. I may just move there.
No, you don't. It's not free. It's like, is it $80 or something? Plus, you have to take the test. You have to pay to take test.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's less worse than like paying $1,000 for your license in Quebec.
Is that what it is in Quebec?
Yeah, $1,000. You can pay it bi-monthly. But yeah, that's why I haven't taken my test yet, because I don't have the money yet.
Okay, so for Ontario, I don't know exactly how much. Like, I'm gonna go. I'll tell you what it is. What it was back when I was getting it. So you got to take the test. You have to pay to take the road test. Now, if you're going to go for your truck license, I did one of the tractor trailer courses back when it was like just under $5,000. Now it's $10,000 to take that course. Yeah, Yeah, it's close to 10,000 now for like it'd be 8,000, but then after taxes and then all the stuff that you have to do,
That's
it
for the whole course.
I'm not sure on that, but like back now when I did it like in 2002, it was like close to $5,000.
Imagine how it was, how the price was decades ago. Would have been like lower.
I mean, it's been my livelihood. Like you know, like I could have done all these college courses. I'm glad I didn't, because I would not be in a career doing that. Where the license was much more beneficial to me.
I would be able to do that as a job.
But you can get your school bus license and drive for a school bus company for a year. And they'll pay you to get your license, but then you don't have your A license, but you'll have your school bus license, and that A license. And if you write your Z over a weekend, is a cheaper way of going if you're willing to drive school bus for like a period of time. It actually is a cheaper way of doing it. If you don't mind the kids.
Yeah.
Get one of the small buses. You still get your B license. They'll train you for your B. You could drive one of those small buses.
Can I drive like a car with T's license, or it's just strictly for buses?
No.
You got to have your car first.
You have to have your car license first for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure what it is in Quebec. I think you do have to have it for a certain amount of time.
Sure.
I do know in Quebec you need to have like your learner's license for a year before you can do your driver's license. I'm not going for like the driver's license.
Ontario has similar rules like that, I think, doesn't it? You have to have your learner's permit for a year or something like that here as well.
Yeah.
And then I think I have to know these answers, because I have to write the test every 5 years for the A license. So you have to rewrite all these tests every 5 years.
I just want to have like the learner's permit, because I don't feel comfortable driving alone. I just don't like it.
I think it's every 5 years I have to rewrite my written test, so I can just go into the test center and do. I think I have to do my signs. I think it's like 4 tests, or maybe for me it's 4 or 5 tests, because I have to do the bus license test too. So I had to recently rewrite.
Do you have the full trucking license, Robbie? Robbie, do you have the full license?
Is that an AZ license you have?
Yeah, I'm full license driver. I wouldn't jump in a truck. I need for driving a tractor trailer again, because I haven't done a tractor trailer in a long time. I've been doing I drove school buses and I drove straight trucks, and I got my AZ, and then I just ended up not using the A part. I just drove straight truck.
Okay, but here, by the way, you asked Robbie for a license, for a trucking license.
What's that?
Do you know how your course gonna cost in Quebec?
I don't know what's gonna go. Is it gonna be like $1,000 or now? Do they have unemployment that will pay zero?
It's gonna be this zero.
Oh, okay.
How come it's zero?
See, for drivers though, they were like they have been desperate. Like people were on CERB over the last year or whatever. People could have probably gone for retraining and got their license when they were like under unemployment or whatever. Because like I think when you're on unemployment, but I think maybe the schools might have been shut down during the whole lockdown period.
Yeah.
So that might have made it difficult for you to upgrade any skills. I mean, for me, that's a skill. Obviously, they're like in Canada, in the US, we have the trucking economy, right? So the trucking industry is a large part of what moves is part of our economy. Is like if trucks aren't moving, our economy is
going down the shitter.
Going down the shitter, yeah.
Economically, the economy is bad, but they say that it's been like that since 2008. So when you watch for the GDP, it's not enough since 2008. So we're losing money from that date. So it's not only
they need to see more money.
I think it's not that.
That's where
It's not only a
By the way, talking about trucking, I saw a I don't think I should even talk about this here. My mother wanted to buy like a convoy, the DVD convoy, but she ended up buying like a misleading DVD.
Oh yeah, that
Let's
happens a lot.
Yeah, and she ended up buying a movie that it's not family friendly. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
a bit of a not safe for work.
Yeah, not safe for work. Well, yeah, like, well, with any movie, there's always like a clone, right, or a cheap
Yeah.
version of it. Yeah.
Plus, it's a not safe for work movie from like the 70s. Oh, ginger ale.
Time for my ginger ale. I don't drink ginger ale much, but I usually save it for my live stream for a treat, and I have my ginger ale.
Did you, Robbie? Did
I'm
you
empty on my
try the
7
bubbly? Did you try the bubbly stuff, Robbie? Did you
Not the
try
actual
the bubbly?
It's bubbly.
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 A little bit of the bubbly.
It tastes like CHE, you know what?
Now, excuse me if I burp on my live stream, because this does make you burp.
Yeah.
Burp.
By the way,
You
if
can
you
burp when
are
I speak.
constipated, drink Mountain
When I
Dew.
use bad
It's
language.
If you're constipated, drink Mountain Dew. It's just gonna make you. It's just gonna make you go to the toilet, just like you eat like 1,000.
Okay,
Robbie,
okay.
you're gonna be striked with
Anyway,
this,
let's
Let's talk about satellite dishes now. How's that sound?
Yeah,
Who wants to
right.
talk about satellite dishes?
Take the
We're better off
conversation.
that. We're better off that way. We're gonna be strike for those comments, you know.
Speaking of that, there really hasn't been much going on well, I mean, on like most of the North American satellites. 58 West, they always seem to be getting channels, like Spanish channels, but nothing really from like 87 to,
Can I get
131.
Telemundo on like KU band?
103 West has a Telemundo feed
Yep.
that I get time to time. WTVJ from Miami, I think, comes in like.
The reason why I want Telemundo is just to watch like the commercials.
Oh yeah.
To see if the legend is true.
Can't you just check that out on YouTube though?
Oh, that's actually that would actually be a better idea.
I mean, I hate to say that for like I'm a man promoting the satellite hobby, but you can usually find a lot of this stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
is great
true.
for like old content, like stuff that you can't find anywhere, right? You can find it on YouTube, or archive.org is pretty good too. Like I watched entire movies on archive.org. Like what was one of the movies I watched there was Logan's Run. That's what it was. I just wanted to see it because I felt like our world was turning into that, and so I thought, oh, that'd be an interesting movie to check out, and they had it there. And I think because it's a copy off of like a VHS or something, and I think that the rights to it might be a little loosened up for some reason, right?
Is archive.org, what is that, like just public domain stuff, or is that everything?
It's for archiving.
It's for archiving, so I think certain things are like, what's it? CC. What does CC stand for? Creative Commons.
Creative Commons.
Creative Common.
Creative Commons.
Common or Commons?
Yeah, I believe it's Commons. Yeah.
Creative Commons. Yeah, right.
Right. Anyway, they have stuff that they're able to host. They have torrents, which are, I guess, legit torrents. Like you can like download. I've downloaded entire MP3 albums. So like compilation albums where they have like all sorts of different artists playing, and you can have the MP3 file that, put it on an MP3 stick, and a lot of vehicles have like an MP3 reader in the stereo, right? You plug it in.
Yeah, just a USB slot, eh?
Yeah, USB slot, and you can just
Yeah.
play MP3s off of it.
That's
And
right.
it's get a thumb drive and put all your music on that.
Mhm.
I'm old school. I like to have MP3s. None of the streaming media, you know.
I don't like streaming. I usually just use this, my Nokia N95, which I use as a pocket PC.
Yeah.
I put my
just-
MP3s.
I still like
my,
having a physical
not
copy
safe
of a
for
CD.
work stuff.
It's good. I think it's
Okay,
good to have physical media.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
problem with
I like
streaming
the
is
idea of
that, yeah, streaming is a waste of bandwidth because it's always taking
Oh hell yeah!
much more bandwidth than just downloading the same thing on your computer. The bandwidth for
Here's the
streaming
thing.
is always higher
Mhm.
for the same quality.
I do like streaming movies off of Netflix, but streaming anything else, like especially music, I just like having something physical or just that I can listen to them every time. Movies, I mean,
My movies
it's
physical
alright.
on Blu-ray.
Yeah, all
By
my
now.
favorite movies I like to have copies of on DVD or Blu-ray,
Yeah, sure.
or VHS if worst case. But just it's nice to have a
I have a
physical
couple of DVDs.
copy of those things, eh? Same with
My
music.
mother mostly just stole my DVDs. I only have like 3 DVDs. You have like Family Guy and like a movie here. I don't really know which one. It's probably one of my mother's one, and one of my anime DVDs. That's the only thing I have. Most of my stuff are in VHS or like I transfer modern movies to VHS. That's how.
Hey Robbie, just a quick question in the chat room. There's CP Wolf's asking about Restream working. In my experience, I have a lot of trouble getting onto Restream on my phone. I find it works way better on a computer.
My
Wolf.
Yeah, my apologies, CJP Wolf. I thought, or CPW Wolf, CP Wolf. I was trying to bring you up here, and then I thought that's what you meant because you're in the private chat. Yeah, maybe it's the Android version of Restream. I know people are using it.
Yeah,
I'm watching a lot of it on Facebook.
It just doesn't seem to work good on phones. I find it. I usually when I call in here, I just use my computer. It works perfect, but phones are.
Just use my
really
gaming
machine. There's been this one YouTube channel that I've been watching. I think you said it. I don't know what the app's called.
By the way, I'm using it on my phone right now, and it worked well. Okay.
I can see that.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
using my.
I've never had luck with it.
Master Race right here. My computer, my workstations, like much all the time.
RB, are you using Android or iPhone?
I mean, he says like Android.
Patrick, are you using Android?
Android, yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm using it on a Motorola, so it's an Android phone. Yeah. So it's working well.
That's probably why it doesn't work.
So maybe I don't know.
I have a Nokia.
Wolf is using the iPhone app.
That's probably why. That's what mine's an iPhone, so that's probably why it doesn't work.
Yeah,
don't buy iPhone. Don't support Apple.
Nokia 2.4.
Don't waste your money on Apple. Buy, don't waste your money on Apple. I'm not an Apple fan.
It's not the other way around.
I never liked Apple. I mean, they used to make pretty good products.
I'm very happy with my ThinkPad. And so this thing was about $400, maybe $500 or whatever. And if I bought a MacBook Pro, what would it be like? I would have to buy 4 of these things to be able to do the same thing, right?
Yeah,
this is my laptop here. This is what I call Big Bertha.
Yeah.
My gaming laptop.
So $400 or maybe $500 instead of $2,000 for something just to do Facebook with, like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I have a gaming laptop.
$500 instead of
the good thing with Apple is their operating system. Otherwise, you pay too much for things that is not repairable and that will crap on you in 3 years. So
this is my workstation laptop that I used for work. Not really for playing games, but it can't play games. It could.
I should do a more in-depth review of my ThinkPad. I'm very happy with my ThinkPad. My Acer died on me after 2 years.
Who makes the ThinkPad?
Lenovo.
Lenovo.
Right. Okay.
Not getting any money from
ThinkPad.
Lenovo, but I'm happy with it. Like I use it for my main laptop, and I run. One thing I like about the Lenovo brand is the charge port it looks like a USB, but it's not USB, but it's kind of like a USB plug that goes into the side of the laptop. My previous laptop, which was an Acer, had like a little pinhole thing, and I was very afraid that it was going to break. This thing has a more durable feel that it's not going to break.
Here's how it looks on my ThinkPad. It's like the pinhole thing.
Yeah.
So this one, I given it to my mom.
But that one looks a little bit better than what the one I had on my Acer was like. It was a crummy plug for it. Like I was very afraid it was going to break. I was like, move it and make sure I had the wire, it had enough slack. I didn't want to bend it, and break it.
I have an older ThinkPad. I have 3 ThinkPads. I have one from the mid '90s. I have another one from the mid 2000s. I installed Windows 2000. Yeah.
Now Leo's saying, I'm not sure he's saying about ThinkPad not good for Linux. Linux runs great on just about everything.
Oh yeah,
Linux runs good on this. Linux runs good on this.
Dell laptops and ThinkPads are the sweet spot for Linux, in my opinion. Hey, we have CP Wolf.
I think he's duct taping something.
Camera. Well, I never reveal my face. Well, not in public.
You're like Wilson. That's what we were saying with Patrick, the North Coaster hobby is. He's like Wilson. He never shows his face. So someday I'm going to do a video collaboration with Patrick, and then I'm going to have him behind the fence, and he'll be like Wilson. We won't see his face, but he'll be there talking with me.
Hiding behind the satellite dish.
And yes, I am. And yes, I'm using a ThinkPad right here. X201. I do have a Toshiba, and getting a new.
Toshibas were good laptops. I used to have one. My mother bought in 2006, brand new with Windows Vista. Woohoo! And she kept that.
I have no problem with Windows Vista. It was good for the time. It worked for me. I edited on the Windows Vista.
On high-end computers, it was good. But on low-end computers, it was.
We got a question here. My Win95 ThinkPad was made by IBM. And that's the history of the Lenovo brand. Or no, sorry, the ThinkPad brand. IBM, it was part of IBM's...
and my dad used to work for IBM.
And then IBM sold their computer division to Lenovo, which is a Chinese company, and now they make them. And they're pretty good, solid brand, though, in my opinion. I mean, that's what they have on the space station. They have Lenovo. They have ThinkPads.
Yeah.
To be honest, like Lenovo.
I haven't seen a single Apple product on the space station.
Hey, Robbie.
That's a good
Hey, Robbie.
Oh,
I want to say this.
Yeah.
I want to say this.
Go ahead, C.
My dad, for a fact, if you're watching this, since we're talking about ThinkPads and IBM, I have a fun fact for it. My father worked for IBM all the way until 2014 for Bloomberg.
Yeah, one of my friends he married me and my wife. He was also an ordained minister, and he worked for IBM until he retired.
Here's what I use. Here's my tablet. I have a Microsoft product. I have made a sin to the Linux community. I have a Windows 10 tablet.
How do you like it? Does it work okay?
Yeah, it works pretty fine.
Oh, there you go. As long as it works. Long as it works.
They work pretty decent. My mom had one, and the thing that killed her is she got one for free, and it lasted about a year, and it was like the power supply thing, which I thought would be really good. It crapped out on her. Like it was one of those magnetic, kind of like what Apple uses, the magnetic touch ones.
Yeah, it's in there.
Here's a joke what I want to make. Introducing the Apple escalator.
Hey, Robbie, we got a good satellite question in the chat room from Daniel Allen.
Daniel Allen asks, anyone know why sometimes I can't pull in transponders on a certain satellite? And that's a variable question, but it's it could be sometimes it's not big enough dish. It's the signal. Sometimes it's the footprint of that transponder.
Mm-hmm.
The transponder might be aimed for more of the southern hemisphere, and you might be in the or eastern or western part of the hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be terrestrial interference.
Terrestrial is
depending on the transponder. If your dish is locked on a certain satellite and you're picking up some of the transponders, then that's where you might have to look at the forward error correction too. If it's got a high FEC, then you might not have a big enough dish, right?
Yeah, but it's gotten to the point, like, you can pick up C-band with like my 4-foot dish, an offset KU band dish, but I'm probably not going to pick up those weaker transponders because of that high FEC rate. So that's where those 10-foot or larger dishes are golden.
Oh yeah, for sure. But even on
we talked forever
band,
about that subject last time.
That's why you do not use a Bell dish.
Like 103 West, you can get the NBC channels. Those channels are hard to pick up with a smaller KU band dish. You probably need at least a 39 for those. So you'll get some of the transponders, but not all of them, for example.
I have a Bell dish, but I just want to set it up to see what can I pick up with it. I'm pretty sure I won't get
not much.
No.
But hey, I just want to experiment a little bit.
You'll be able to pick up the free preview channel on Bell to get
that's
Chum FM from
of
Toronto.
Fun.
That's about it.
It's
just too small, and it has a circular KU band LNB. So yeah,
you're off putting a linear LNB right in trouble. Yeah. You walk better.
Yeah, I get a lot of people
just get a big shovel.
Yeah, I get a lot of people asking me, and I typically for KU band, I recommend at least the 36-inch dish, and I usually send them a link on eBay for a seller that sells them. And I know a lot of people, they bought that and they've gotten into the hobby using that. Just because eBay is just like a few places where you can find it. When I used to be able to find them in Ottawa when I lived in Ottawa. There was a couple stores that actually had free to air equipment because there's it's a very much Ottawa's a very diverse international city, so there's a lot of people that want TV channels for international channels.
Are they still open?
No, because everyone just buys a streaming box now. I mean, if you want international channels, you just need to buy a Roku TV. Will do it.
Yeah, I have a Roku TV and. It's really good for watching like channels.
Yeah, and I think those set-top boxes put a lot of end to that because KU band satellite was very popular for that for like almost 20 years. And then because what's happened is if you live in a city, it's just easier to start streaming. Get a set-top box, but now as most of the TVs are smart TVs like Roku, and I recommend buying a Roku just because the interface is so easy.
It is.
I guess the other interfaces are probably pretty simply too, because most people want YouTube, Netflix, and Disney Plus, and maybe some of the other services. I tried one of the cloud TV service, but it's basically like a lot of the same free channels over and over again. But there's a service called Cloud TV. I'll show you their website. Let me bring it up on Chrome. Oh, there we are. Google Quant. Let's use Quant or whatever. It's funny how I type in KL and it's Klaus Schwab. And I don't want to look at Klaus Schwab right now.
You don't know who is Klaus Schwab. So
I know it's interesting when I typed in KL and Klaus Schwab talked, because I think there was an MP in Canadian Parliament that was told you can't talk about conspiracy theories because they were bringing up something Klaus Schwab was telling people. I don't know.
Klaus Schwab.
It's an awful name too, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
sounds like a German not safe for work movie.
They all this book. By the way, the Parliament, they all read this book, so
they've all read this book.
The Parliament is a bunch of they all read this book, so when they tell you that you're completist,
wait, that's a book writer. I thought it was a not safe for work actor.
No, there's a book about him. They're following his book actually. So they all read this book. He gave the book to all politicians in Canada and States, so they know what to do.
The Premier of Alberta.
Loud.
So here's Cloud TV. I think you can. Let's bring your question down here. I think you can find. I guess I got to scroll here. So they have it for Google Play, App Store. It's iOS, Samsung TVs, Roku, and all that. You can watch it for free. It has a TV guide and all that. It's like Pluto TV. And they do have a subscription service, but it's not like you're going to get everything. It's just basically
as long as if I can get Adult Swim, maybe I can.
I don't think it has that. I think you go to watch for free here. Now you can even do it in a web browser.
That would be good for my HTPC though.
So here it is. It has some TV guide stuff here of all the channels that are available.
Yeah. Oh, there's InfoWars.
This is C-band for normies.
Yeah, this is like if you don't want to put up a C-band dish, but C-band but C-band dish is much more cooler. You have a lot more fun with C-band dish. But
plus, it's coming from space.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming from outer space. Oh, I got some twitching going on up on my screen capture there. They have NASA TV. There's a lot of the channels that are available on.
Let me check that out. What is it? Cloud TV?
KLOWD-TV.com.
All right, check this out.
There's actually quite a few of those free streaming services that offer live channels.
Mm-hmm.
And even in Canada, right? Like I know we don't have the same selection as in the States, but you can still get quite a bit. There's like Distro TV and Glued TV, and even Roku. The Roku channel.
The Roku channel.
They've got quite a few free live stream.
The Red
channels.
Green channel, 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's Retro Crush, which is like an old school anime channel.
Yeah, but
so there's actually quite a bit of free content. Well, the thing is, you're not going to get a lot of you're not going to get cable channels on it for free.
I mean, even with Cloud TV, you're going to get
free content. So
you're going to get free content.
There's even the C-word channel, which is I don't know if it's going to demonetize Robbie if I said the C-word channel, the Liars News.
Yeah, the Con News Network.
Yeah,
there's not as much on Cloud TV. I mean, there's AXS now, and I don't know.
I think they have a wealth of entertainment there. That's on 117 West, I think.
I almost wondered if 117 West and Cloud TV is in the same company. It's a lot of the same content that is on Cloud TV.
I don't know that, or those media companies own those channels just want to get them out to as many places as possible.
Yeah, because
there's a lot. I mean, it's ad revenue too, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's mostly just political news and stuff like that.
At the top there, I mean, they are pushing AON News and Newsmax and channels like that. But
I do see InfoWars, which I kind of want to see. Not much into political.
There's Impact Wrestling too, and Impact Wrestling is kind of everywhere, and they're owned by Anthem. Is it Anthem now? Sports, which is a Canadian company, which owns the Fight Network, and they own the Fight TV app and all that. So they're trying to because they own a lot of content for owning Impact Wrestling, so they're kind of able to start a 24/7 wrestling channel, which is kind of neat. And so
if I can get AEW, that would be fun.
Yeah, I don't see AEW. AEW is on the Turner networks, and they're not even on free to air. They're like, you can watch them streaming because they're actually on, a lot of it's on YouTube. Actually, their channel on YouTube is pretty, you can watch like one of their full shows on YouTube, the AEW Dark.
Yeah. AEW Dark is free on YouTube. You can find matches free on YouTube.
My water is in zero gravity. My drink is in zero gravity here.
But yeah, I mean, right now, what's on the Fight channel is basically like a master class on how to fight.
It seems to have a lot of the channels that, a lot of the content on Cloud is like the content I would like. So,
Sports Gill.
I even like the Hunt channel. I'm not even in. Well, I'm into fishing. I never hunted. I always wanted to be able to go hunting, and I just never. I don't know anyone who hunts, right? So I was watching the hunting channel, and they're like hunting bear, and I was like,
I don't hunt, but I did a lot of video. I edited a lot of video on hunting. I worked for a hunting project manufacturer, so I know about.
That would be something I would have fun with.
About hunting projects.
I would have fun with that because like I'm a video nerd and I'd like to go along with people hunting and just like document it. I mean that would be very interesting.
I tried that.
I really love.
I've been put out because I made too much noise. Tried to follow hunters with wild turkeys, and one time I slammed the door on the car. the guys didn't like me at all. So it's a lot of work to hunt,
Yeah, it seems like, and they take it. That seems like they're taking it dead seriously too. Yeah, like don't slam the door. Don't throw any hints that they're there. They're gonna
your boots. Don't go piss somewhere because you smell like a human and stuff like that.
That might not be good for me because I don't like too many rules. I too many rules makes it too complex for me. It's like, like we already lived for 2 years. We've gone through 2 years of having to learn all these rules, and they constantly change. So, like, people are getting tired of rules.
You know what? Here's what you do in hunting: just go Duke Nukem style.
Yeah. I did a video about taking apart a bear. I did that with putting my monitors in black and white. I was kind of fed up with the blood, but the guy show us, and I just show us how to remove the skin on the bear.
So that's basically
there's a lot of stuff. Huh?
That's basically a snuff film for animals.
That's for everyone, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah, you can edit
worse,
stuff,
which I'm not going to discuss here.
Who's all here? Yeah. Who's all here? It's like it's pretty much all the people that we chat together on Discord on.
Yeah, yeah. I see Leo. I see Paul.
Yeah, so if you don't know, if you're kind of new or you haven't caught this or catching this after, we do have a Discord server. If you follow my link tree, I don't know, that's how you find it. Go to my link tree or my flow code page or whatever, same thing as the link tree. And I'll have like an invite link to the Discord server. And Discord's just, it's like a chat room. It's like IRC. And we have voice chat in there as well. So we just have our webcams and voice chat on that. So if you're not on there, just find the link in my link tree and you can join our Discord server. I probably won't do a live stream next week. So
I got a question for Notcaster, by the way.
Yeah.
I think I have a question for Notcaster, if you don't mind, Robbie. Because I want to ask him about his you don't mind too much.
No, I'll even plug his channel while you do it. I'll bring it up.
If you're that
go ahead.
We'll even analyze it.
I didn't say
I should ask you there, North Coaster. I have your permission to air your video on my channel, right?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, okay. Just
I got no problems with that at all. What is it there, Patrick?
Yeah, I didn't have time to see your last video, but you were showing new plugs that you can jam on bowl without. There seems to be new one. There seems to be not the Belden one. So what is it exactly? Is it kind of a good plug to use on a RGSS cable?
Well, you know what? I just kind of tried them out for the first time, but I found them really easy to install. They're it's like a push-on compression connector, and you just strip the cable as you normally would, and just literally just push them on with your hand. And
you don't need any device to push them?
No, you don't need a crimp or compression tool. As long as you strip the cable properly, you push them on and just grasp the nut and just and grasp the cable and pull, and it locks the collar locks onto the cable, and then when you twist the when you put the cable onto a onto an RF connector, it tightens the collar on the cable. So it was really easy. So if anybody doesn't have a compression,
it's kind of
yes, you could see it
and
there.
it stays on the cable. Is as robust as other plug.
It says for indoor use only though, but you'll see in a second here. Watch in a second, and it I'll pull on it. It doesn't come off. It's on there pretty snug.
Just go skip it a bit.
Yeah. Now, if I was gonna do an outdoor install, I would still use typical. There, see? Well, you just push it on.
That's kind of new, this project, isn't it?
I think it's been out for a few years, to be honest. But I just thought I walked by it at Home Depot so many times, and I was talking with Leo about it a few weeks ago, and I thought, well, maybe give it a try. So it's on there pretty snug. You can't pull it off.
I might check this out. Where you can get those?
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
So so right here, when you twist it onto the coupler, turning the tight, making it that tight, causes the
spin?
collar. No, it doesn't spin. The collar tightens up on the cable, and it won't come off.
Oh.
So, and then we have them for quad shield as well.
But it's not watertight that much.
No. It says indoor only. So if you're going to use it outside, you probably got to put heat shrink or something, because I would just use a traditional compression connector for outside.
Okay.
I wonder too. Another thing you mentioned there, heat shrink and all that. That could be a reason why you sometimes may lose signal on certain satellites. Maybe if you're I find in the wintertime with the moisture, sometimes that can affect the. It could be something in the switch or something.
If you get water in the switch, or even water, if water gets in the connection, and you'll see, because the copper will start to darken, and you can see that water's gotten in, and that can affect your. That can affect the signal too, possibly. Eh?
I'm gonna swap screens if I do that again, because I think I'm just gonna move this.
I may check this out.
I gotta pick your brain on something else about the same subject. I'm thinking here you were talking about shrink wrap. I wonder if you're better off with a good technique with electric tape than shrink wrap. I'm just asking myself. I don't know if you have any idea on this. Which one is the best?
Well, I have used electrical tape outside, but you got, I would say with that, you got to buy tape that's probably a good quality tape, because the cheap one, how it'll freeze up and get really stiff and probably crack.
Yeah,
I got a really high quality tape outside.
Yeah, it messed on me. Yes, it did crap on me. I tried the one from the last store, and I got the problem you just talked about, is that the copper when it even cut on me, the water went inside.
Well, myself too.
But
I've had the same problem with that tape. You could see water got inside because it gets all discolored and But I mean, then again, I think to myself like I can access the cable easy. Worst case, and just sometime change the connection or something if I had to. It's not like it's on a roof somewhere where I can't get at it. So
But do you think the shrink
maybe I'm just
with
lazy.
the shrink, do you think the shrink tube will get more water inside also?
Well, it could. I mean, they also have that dielectric grease to keep water out of the connection. There's dielectric grease you could use.
I thought that one. Yes. I did use that a long time ago.
You can buy that, I think, just like any electrical store or a hardware store should have that, because that'll keep water out of the connection. You could just put some right in the coax nut and tighten it on there, and then you can also buy there's a coax tape. It's called coax seal or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin just mentioned like a silicone tape or something. I think that's what it is.
See.
But there is stuff
We
to
still
keep
have
the water out, though. There is options like that.
Okay, but we still have the problem of the connector on the LNB itself. We can never manage to put the tape at the right place when you're at the LNB, because the LNB taking all one side of the plug. So
yes,
I never put anything on this. So
what about one of those coax?
You use weather boot for that? Okay.
I don't know. I'm just thinking you could always put that on, slide it on, put your connector on the end, and you tighten it onto the LNB, and then slide the boot up, almost like you would see on a TV antenna. Same idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But the good idea is also a great idea for the LNB.
Oh, the dielectric grease, yeah, because I don't think it won't conduct any electricity, so it shouldn't cause any problems. But it'll keep the water.
Yeah, it will keep the moisture. Because one of my China LNBs went away. One of my LNBs with that problem, too much rust in the plug.
Oh yeah.
It happens a lot, and I'm gonna have to buy new LNBs soon. So I will not mess with my new LNBs because I want to pay a lot more than the Chinese one.
Yeah. It's one thing if you're just buying a cheap one; it's easy to replace, but you spend a bunch of money on it. You don't want to have to replace it in the same amount of time as an inexpensive one. That's for sure. Yeah.
This one I was gonna protect it maybe with greasy, because I'm in the school of thought of leaving the LNB without a cap at the dish, because at the summer it's cooking in your LNB, so no caps for the LNB. So but it's raining a lot. So
yeah. Well, I think too, though, the other thing is if you ever need to access the connection for some reason, I mean, I guess you could just cut the tape or cut the shrink wrap or whatever you want off. But I guess it all depends on whether or not you're going to need to access it or not too, So.
And oftentimes it's hard to access those places with the NBs because it depends it depends on how you install your dish, but most of the time you don't put your dish on the ground. So fast solution like that with grease would be nice, because it can go wrong on the LNBs. Mine was having a lot of rust inside, and it cut the middle of the cable cut on me with that kind of situation, because there's snow that tends to add up by the winter on those LNBs.
Well, that and with like the extreme cold, the freeze and the thaw, with even like the plastic housing on the LNB, over time it's probably gonna shrink and expand, and if there's any joints like where the plastic part snaps together, then you could have water getting in there too, possibly, eh? Like here we get extreme temperatures.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure.
Minus 40 in the winter and 30 in the summer.
Someone in telecommunication told me something I didn't believe first, but this guy is in kind of boat camera somehow, and he told me, I mean, that if you have ROS on cable, you have to change all your cable because it's messed up. You gonna have impedance difference and stuff like that. So your cable is over just by you. He told me don't change the plug, change the cable. So,
but he's probably right. It probably adds a lot of but it could add a lot of resistance to the line though too. I guess if it gets really bad.
Shorter run would be the best way to go
for the tip of it.
Yeah.
Another thing with shorter runs is with some of the newer receivers like the Edison, if you get a short run to your receiver and then you can just basically use your Wi-Fi, right? Like that's what I use like to watch TV down here. Out here in outer space, I use the Wi-Fi. Or actually, I don't use Wi-Fi. I'm using a LAN connection, but I'm running the local area network from where the satellite receiver is coming into the house, and then it converts it to the local area network. So then it just sends it to whatever room I want to watch it on.
Is that through your home run or through your Edison?
That's through the Edison. So the Edison is pretty much like a home run. For satellite TV because it works as a set-top box, and I think that's what's going to happen with the newer ATSC3 tuners is that will be successful. There'll be a set-top box that connects to your network, and it will also stream like an HD home run because. And I think
so that HD home run is for over the air, right? And then you have the Edison you can kind of use in that same setup as for free satellite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm actually using the Z Gamma, but it's the same thing as the Edison. It's just the older model. The difference between the Z Gamma and the Edison is the Edison has a slightly newer operating system. I never updated my Z Gamma because it pretty much does everything the same. If it ain't broke, I don't fix it.
Sure.
And it also has a network hard drive, or the Z Gamma, the older version, you can put a physical hard drive inside it, kind of like a laptop hard drive. So you could use that as a PVR or a network file sharing hard drive, on your network. So it's a nice caveat to what a couple of satellite receivers would do that, where if you hooked it up to your home network, it'd also be like a file sharing.
So file sharing. So if you had like whatever videos or whatever on
you could record
on
a
USB
stream
or something, you could play it anywhere in the house.
Yeah, you can watch. Actually, what I would do sometimes is PVR a show and then watch it later, and then watch it downstairs or something like that later on.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah, they had that nice feature about it.
We should be. I think we should be at the technology-wise. We should be at a point where we could, with the size of the receivers nowadays, we should be at the point that you can put your receiver in the nose of the dish and get down with a RG45 cable. That's
basically
pretty much.
Yeah. Like on my YouTube channel, I did a review of a video camera that has a solar panel to charge the battery. So I would imagine that a satellite receiver could fit in the LNB cover. And then all you need is Wi-Fi to connect to it. And then you don't need any cable. Like you just run it off of a battery, and you could have a satellite dish in your truck, like for those people in an apartment building or whatever.
All of the receivers now, they all run off 12-volt power supplies, anyways.
Yep. Yeah.
So you could just use a battery or a solar powered setup for it, or you could.
We just need to figure out how to fit a C-band satellite dish in the back of a pickup truck. This is something Gene Scott used to tell his followers to get a pickup truck and put a C-band dish in the back of the pickup truck, and that's how they could, for people who lived in apartments.
You're gonna need that AZ license to drive your satellite dish around.
Can I put that on my?
Yeah, you're gonna need your aliens for that.
Don't go under. Don't go under.
You need your license to to buy those old broadcaster truck, those old C-band broadcaster truck from CBC, and you will be able to do that.
How fun would that be to have one of those? That would be awesome.
I'll broadcast my security camera. Just see me
and get there.
outside.
I don't know if I could pull up that feed right now. I had it on earlier. Oh no, it's just a slate. It just says Associated Press. I was watching one of the backhauls on 99 West, and sometimes of the Ottawa, and so I was trying to see it, but it was the feed's gone now. I think a lot of people went home. I was just taking a look at the Ottawa Walks channel, and it seems
is that on KU or C-band, Robbie?
KU band on 99
the Fox feeds, or what is
Fox feeds, but actually it's an Associated Press.
Okay, 87 West actually had.
Oh my God!
The news source feed, they had a CTV cam of it too today.
Robbie, yes, I just found a great.
I think it was just a freelance guy walking around with a camera, but yeah.
There's Associated Press where they don't want to say they're actually using like an iPhone.
Yeah.
And they're streaming it because they don't want a big camera. People are mad at the big camera media.
Well, they're probably trying to be discreet, so yeah. Plus, they don't want to wreck a $10,000 camera.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened. That's for sure. Yeah. I don't know if they're $10,000.
Rebel Media use those phone also. So also using phone.
Here's the Nokia N95.
Yeah.
That's a great camera.
At least you won't be hacked by the police with that.
I'll do like Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the feed now, and it actually the Associated Press feed on 99 West. It looks like it's gone to Olympic coverage. So it looks like they're getting ready to do a press conference. It looks like a press room right now. That's what I'm seeing up on sound. I'll cut to it here. I'll show you.
And they just put up our live stream. Wouldn't that be nice of the media to just promote our channel? Promote Robbie's channel.
Yeah, so that's what's on 99 West. That was actually Ottawa stuff, and now it's switched to, which is obviously a. I don't know if we can make that bigger. Here we go. It's just a maintaining
Windows 7.
They are.
I think. Oh no, that's the screen.
That's the screen. Yeah, that's just us in the background. I'm actually using VLC and Linux. That's what's on, which was like one of the wild feeds. So it's like the news feeds. You'll find like all these different video feeds on satellite, especially KU band, maybe some C band as well. Guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up tonight. But if you guys want to join us over on Discord, on the Discord server, we'll be there. Leo is already there waiting for us. So he's in this
patiently.
Yeah. So we'll be on the we'll be in there. We'll leave this the YouTube chat. We'll have like our little after show chat, and we'll talk later. Seemed like there's not as much people at tonight. They're all in Ottawa right now. Are they been arrested? I don't know.
Could all be shoveling snow too.
I am tired. My shoulder is so tired.
Oh, the snow! I'm so sick of the snow. We've had way too much this year.
Yeah, and I shovel it by hand. Like I have the shovels. I don't have one of the machines to do that, and because that's
my friend's dad does bring his snowblower and just.
Yeah, but you're lucky. I do it by hand, and I have a driveway where it's all on one side. I have to think of this when you buy a house. Although south-facing backyard is a plus. Shared driveway where you have to move everything over to your one side. That's not so good.
It gets all piled up, and
it's good for
harder and harder as the year goes.
It's good for a snow fort. The kids love it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We have a bad. We have not a bad one of the bad years for snow this year, because it seems we have more snow than many years before.
When I was a school bus driver about 5 years ago in 2017, I think that was a pretty bad year. And then we actually had it was a bad year, but it was a good year for me because like I had It was a paid day off when I was driving school bus. When I got that phone call at 5
Okay, because you're not paid.
been canceled.
You're paid when.
I was paid to not drive, so that was a plus.
That's a good thing.
Now, bus drivers are
Okay,
not
they're
paid very
really scared
well
of
at all.
you.
Bus drivers should be paid a lot more. Like, it's not a lot of money that they pay bus drivers, and I was just starting my YouTube channel at that time, so I had lots of free time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, we'll
mean,
wrap
we
this
have
live
a-
up, and it will be over on the Discord.
Okay, see you later.
All right, thanks for joining
ya.
us.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
I'm gonna play the video or something in the background for us out with our switch to game setting. Whoops. I got the killer balloon.
I'll shoot
I
it.
got the killer balloon.